So in this video, we're going to take a look at some misconceptions students have when answering questions on thermal decomposition. Hi everyone, it's Jeremy from the classroom, and let's take a look at this. So under the chapter of metals, you need to be able to recall your reactivity series. So reactivity series is please stop calling me a cute zebra for potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, carbon, zinc. I like happy cat, so good. So iron, lead, hydrogen, copper, silver, gold. So the most reactive metal is on top, in this case potassium, and the least reactive metal is gold at the bottom. Alright, okay, so, but here we're going to talk about metal carbonates. And I don't know if you recall this, but when you heat a metal carbonate, alright, most of them will break down to form a metal oxide and carbon dioxide. I say most because the top two of them, potassium carbonate and sodium carbonate, will not break down. So for potassium carbonate, alright, if you heat it up, nothing happens because why? It is a very, very stable compound. Alright, so here's the misconception. Alright, okay. Let's assume I give you a question, and the question, let me just pull this down a little bit, says this, okay, that we have, here we go, okay, so we have three metal carbonates, calcium carbonate, magnesium carbonate, copper carbonate. And you ask the following, okay, so if the time taken for calcium carbonate to break down to collect 20 cm3 of gas is 30 seconds, what is the time taken to collect 20 cm3 of gas when we heat up copper carbonate and calcium carbonate? So the misconception, and this is the wrong answer, I'm going to write in black color. A lot of students will think this, oh okay, calcium is a very reactive metal, therefore reactions involving calcium should be quick, and therefore the time will be like 10 seconds. And likewise, because copper is not so reactive, reactions should be much slower, time is 50 seconds, something like that. And this is not correct. Okay, so you need to understand this, that the more reactive the metal is, the more stable the compound. And because the compound is very, very stable, it becomes very difficult to break it down. And so you need to heat for a very, very long time. So this, now if you look at the reactivity series, calcium is here, okay, whereas copper is all the way at the bottom. Alright, so because calcium is a very, very reactive metal at the top, it forms a very, very stable calcium carbonate. So this means we need to heat it up for a long time before it breaks down, and the time will be much longer than 30 seconds. So this should be the 50 seconds, correct answer. And on the other hand, copper is here at the bottom, and therefore copper is not a very reactive metal. So the carbonates, or the products, the compounds have low stability. So copper carbonate is not very stable, and when you heat it up, it breaks down quite easily to form copper oxide and carbon dioxide. So the time taken will be something like 10 seconds or 15 seconds. As long as it's less than 30, we are fine. Okay, so I'm going to repeat myself again, and because I typed this out, I'm just going to show this to you. You need to know this, that the more reactive the metal, the more stable the carbonate. And as a result, more heat, alright, is needed for it to decompose. The time taken will be much longer. Alright, okay, so this is a misconception students make. I hope you don't make this in your next upcoming chemistry test or exam. I hope you found this useful, and I'll see you next time.